So, do you guys remember what we decided to learn today? Does anybody remember? Yes, Advik.
Arrest theory and compound interest.
Compound interest and Pythagorean theorem. Yeah. Dikshita, is that right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Alright. So, I'm just thinking whether we should give any other time, some more time to other kids, or we should get started. Let's get started. So, let's start with the compound interest. Arav, you want to teach?
I was going to ask a question. If we're going to learn compound interest, don't we also have to learn simple interest?
No. So, unfortunately, even if you want to learn or you don't want to learn, you will end up learning it any which way. Okay? So, don't worry about it. So, sometimes you can minimize the questions by listening to what happens as part of the proceedings. Okay? So, hold your horses for a little bit. Your questions will get answered. Give yourself 15 minutes. If it doesn't get answered after 15 minutes, you certainly have all the reasons to ask me questions. But otherwise, don't start the class with a question. Otherwise, I will end up spending a lot of time explaining what we'll cover versus what will not. Let the flow of the class go, okay? And you'll figure out what we learn, okay? Hey, Vivan, sorry, not Vivan. Alright, so compound interest. Compound interest by definition, can somebody tell me? Not Arav. I put a disclaimer there. What is a compound interest in simplest form? Yeah, Vivan.
Interest which builds on interest.
Interest that builds on interest. That's the simplest and the most relevant answer that I can ever expect from anybody. Okay? Keep your answers to the point. Okay? So when you get interest on interest or EST on interest, that is what is called compound interest or compounded interest. Meaning your interest is getting compounded. Now, first of all, what is interest? Okay, Ara, tell.
It's some type of extra money like you need to pay, or you get, like, if you borrow from this loan, they'll give you interest for having that loan.
Okay, so answer was correct, no doubt about it, but try keeping it crisp. Okay, so when you put your money somewhere, when somebody takes money from you, they pay you interest. When you put your money in a bank gives you interest. And that's the only motivation for keeping your money in the bank. If you keep your money, let's say $100 in the bank, and bank keeps on eating that money and gives you $90 back, would you ever keep your money there? No, right? So we all do things for which we have a motivation. Why are you guys in the class? Because you want to learn something. Okay? Why I'm in the class? Because I don't want to forget what I've learned in my childhood. Right? So there's always a motivation for everything that we do. So interest is that thing which builds on the top of your motivation actually. So let's say I have $100. I can keep that $100 in my wallet and keep roaming around with my $100 in my wallet for next 3 years. 100 remains 100. Nothing happens to that. Maximum what will happen is the note will become little yellow in color. That's it. The value doesn't change. Instead of keeping that money with you in your wallet, if you put that money in the bank, or you might have a friend or somebody who is in need of money, he or she will say, okay, fine, I need $100. If you give it to me now, maybe I'll return it to you after a year. I'll give you 105 instead of 100. So you find a reason, okay, fine. This money would have just lied with me, doing nothing. Now if I give it to somebody, that person can make use of it, and I am also getting something in return, some extra money. So it solves the purpose for everybody. Like if you look at banks, right? Bank take money from us and give us interest. Do you know what they do with the money? They, Arav, take a deep breath. Okay? Everybody here. In this class, I don't want you guys to jump, dance, and get super excited. Keep your calm. That is how we learn things. Okay? Now, what bank does is, they take money from all of us. When we put money on our money in the bank, they keep the money with them, and then they lend that money to other people. So let's say bank is giving us 5% interest. When they lend this money to somebody else, they will take 8% interest. This 3% is what bank makes in between, just by being the broker. Take money from us, give it to somebody else for a higher interest. That difference is what is bank's motivation. Yeah? At a conceptual level. Okay, so let's not worry about bank's business, let's worry about ourselves for now. So, everybody knows how to do percentage calculation. That remains in place. So let's say bank says, I'll give you 10% simple interest. Simple interest. It is simple interest, meaning there is no interest on the interest earned. It's only a principal. So if you put $100 in the bank, for 1 year, they will give you 10% of 100 as interest, which comes out to be $10. So after 1 year, your money becomes 100 plus 10. You keep the money for 1 more year, second year. They'll say, okay, you had kept $100, I'm giving you 10% simple interest, so 10% of 100. So another $10. So you had 110, so it becomes 110 plus 10, which you earned in the second year. You keep it for the third year. They say, okay, fine, 10% of 100, which was your principal amount, which is $10. So you had 110 plus 10, 120 before, 120 plus 10 that you earned in the third year, that becomes your total worth in the bank, total money in the bank. So this is how simple interest is getting calculated. If you look at it, it looks very simple, right? You have some money, 10% of that, first year you got $10 interest, your principal amount was 100 in the bank, they gave you $10 interest, it became 110. Now when you go to the second year, keep your money for 1 more year, they say, okay, fine, see, you are loyal customer, I am giving you 10% simple interest, so 10% of your principal amount, that is $10, so I am giving you $10 as interest this year also. So earlier you had 110 plus 10, that became 120. Third year became 130. Likewise. So this is, what is to notice here is, this money that you earned, in the first year whatever you earned, this money was lying idle, nobody was caring about it. This just remained in your account, like you keep your money in your wallet. No interest given on this one, even if this was your money. Next year again, they say, okay, whatever interest I am giving you, that doesn't earn you any interest. So that is how only the principal amount that you had put in the bank initially, they kept on calculating on the top of that and kept on giving you $10 every year. This is simple interest. So it looks simple to me to calculate, but the only thing that you are missing as a customer is this money that you are earning every year, extra money, nobody is giving you interest for that. Okay? When the bank says that, okay, I am giving you interest on the top of this also, that is when it is compound interest. Like you guys said, compound interest is nothing but interest on the top of interest, meaning your principal amount is anyways earning you interest. But when you get interest on the top of this, then that becomes compound interest. Is that part conceptually digestible so far? Everyone, are you with me so far? Gitesh. Gitesh looks like holding a parachute, about to land. Okay. So, Bhuvan, are you able to follow me so far? You wanted to
Yeah.
focus on this one, that's why I'm asking you. Okay. So, now, so far we have only talked about what is simple interest, and what we are missing is interest on the top of the interest that we earn. Now, let's look at how does that work. So, I can take a easy route and give you a formula, and that you can use for the rest of your life for solving or finding compound interest. But I am not a good teacher, like I always say. I always look at how that formula came into existence. That is important. So let's look at it this way. Let's say P was your principal amount. This was the amount, the money that you wanted to put in the bank. Bank says, I will give you R as a rate of interest, R percent. It could be 2%, could be 4%, could be 10%. Doesn't matter. It's a R is my rate of interest in percentage. And you want to keep your money for T number of years. Okay? Now, after the first year, what will be your total value? You had principal amount plus the interest that you earned. Principal R percent, R by 100. Principal, you got R percent is your rate of interest. P times R by 100, this is your interest that you have earned in the first year. And this was your principal. So this is your total amount in the bank. After first year is P plus P into R by 100. Is this part clear? Everybody? Bhuvan, Myra, Advik, Arav, everybody? Deekshita? Thanu?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, so you should look at this way. P is my principal amount plus the interest that I earned in the first year. P times rate of interest divided by 100. This is how you calculate, right? 5% of 200. How do you calculate? 5%, 5 by 100 into 200. That is how you calculate, right? So this is R percent of the principal amount. R by 100 into T. Same, yeah? So this is what we earned. Now, I'm trying to see, can I simplify this? So this is my principal amount and this is the interest that I have earned in the first year. So I can put this as P is common. So I'll take P out. 1 plus R by 100. This is my total amount, total net worth, total value in the bank after first year. Is this part clear? Yeah? Now, after second year, what will be my new amount after second year, meaning after spending one more year in the bank? So, bank says, I am giving you interest on the top of your interest, meaning bank says, okay, whatever you have earned in the first year, that becomes your new principal amount. So, this becomes the new amount and they give interest on the top of that. That is how the interest earned also get accounted. Yeah? Are you guys with me? So this became my new amount, which will be used for calculating the interest. So bank says, my new amount, after the second year, this is what bank will give. 1 plus R by 100, this is my principal amount, plus the interest earned on the top of this. So interest on the top of this, interest, what is my 1 plus R by 100, this is my principal amount, times the rate of interest divided by 100. Look at this formula and this formula. Both are same. Principal amount plus interest earned. Principal amount into rate of interest by 100. This is my interest, this is my principal amount. This became my new amount. Next year when the bank started, they said, okay fine, this is your new amount. If you keep it for one more year, this is your new amount plus amount into rate of interest by 100. So this is your interest for the second year. And this is your principal amount. What is your new value? It became, you see this part here to here and this part here to here is common. So you can take this out, 1 plus r by 100. This is common in both the things. So here this part is 1 plus r by 100. Are you guys able to digest this? Is it making sense? Bhuvan, Tanu, Vivan, Gitesh, everybody? Yeah? Okay. So now, look at this. Now look at this carefully. Let me knock off this curly bracket and make this like a regular bracket that you guys are more used to seeing. Now look at this. This and this are same. Can I simplify this and say P into 1 plus R by 100 square? This and this are same, right? 1 plus R by 100, 1 plus R by 100. 1 plus R by 100 square. Yeah? So this became my new amount after second year. After first year it was P into 1 plus R by 100. After second year it became P into 1 plus R by 100 to the power 2. 1 year power 1. 2 year power 2. Yeah? Now let's extend this part. So I'll just write the answer here. So after second year my value is P into 1 plus R by 100 to the power 2. Yeah? Now if you do the third year, you kept the money in the bank for the third year. Now what happens? Bank says this is what you had earned till second year. So this is your new principal amount. I'll give you interest on the top of this. So that will be my principal amount 1 plus R by 100 to the power 2. This is principal amount. And then the interest on this amount. So interest on this amount will be principal into 1 plus R by 100. This is my principal amount. And multiplied by the rate of interest, R by 100. Is it sounding okay so far? Or making you guys break your head? Sanvita, is it okay, beta? Yeah? Bhuvan, is it okay?
I have a question.
Yep.
So, for the third year, after the formula P bracket I, then you put multiplied by R by R over 100. So
Yeah.
So
So this is the interest part. So after third year, my net value will be my principal amount plus the amount that I will earn on the top of my principal amount or the interest.
okay.
So look at this one again. I mean, don't have to agree to me. Let's look at it and don't agree till you get comfortable. Okay. So see, the first year, after first year, what was my total worth? This is the money that I took to the bank, and this is the interest I earned from the bank. Principal amount multiplied by the rate of interest by 100. Yeah. So this is the interest that I earned after first year. So P plus P into R by 100. So I took the P thing common out. It became 1 plus R by 100. So this became my new worth, new value in the bank. So when bank does the calculation second year, they take this as a principal amount. So they say principal amount multiplied by principal amount times the rate of interest, which got us this value. Now when I'm going to the third year, this becomes my starting amount, my principal amount. Okay? Are you with me? So this became my principal amount. So principal amount plus the interest earned on that in the third year. Yeah?
Yeah.
So now, again, if you see 1 plus R by 100 square, P times 1 plus R by 100 square is common. P times 1 plus R by 100 square is common. So you can take P times 1 plus R by 100 square common and then see what you are left with. So this whole thing you have taken common, so it becomes 1. And then this thing comes out, so it becomes 1 plus R by 100. So for the sake of simplicity, I will take out this bracket and convert this to smaller bracket. So 1 plus r by 100 squared times 1 plus r by 100. It's like x squared into x becomes x to the power 3. So this becomes p times 1 plus r by 100 to the power 3. Yeah? Gitesh, don't take off. Gitesh looks, either he is very confused or he is tired of seeing me doing the same thing again and again. Okay, so sometimes I do crack jokes, interesting ones, sometimes bad ones. Bear with me. So this becomes p times 1 plus r by 100 to the power 3. Now, there is some correlation that we can draw from this. Now, look at this. After first year, what was the total amount? P times 1 plus r by 100 to the power 1. After second year, p times 1 plus r by 100 to the power 2. After third year, p times 1 plus r by 100 to the power 3. So, if I keep my money in the bank for 10 years, my net worth will be p times 1 plus r by 100 to the power 10. If I know that, okay, I'm keeping it for t number of years. T could be 1, t could be 200, t could be 1 million years. Yeah, if the bank exists, if I live that long, which will never happen. But after t years, I can generalize this formula and say the value of A will be, total net worth after t years would be p times 1 plus r by 100 to the power t, where t is the number of years. We saw 1 year, power 1, 2 years, power 2, 3 years, power 3, 10 years, power 10, t years, power 10, power t. Yeah? So that becomes our general formula for calculating compound interest. I would not want you guys to derive this formula before solving the problem, but in a way it becomes a deep-rooted concept with you guys, and you don't really have to agree to me just because I'm the teacher. You guys just saw that when you apply compound interest, your net amount after t years with r rate of interest for a principal of p becomes p times 1 plus r by 100 to the power t. And t is the number of years, r is the rate of interest, and p is the principal amount that you took to the bank. Are you guys able to digest, relate, accept what I have been talking about so far? Everybody? Bhuvan, Thanu, Vivan. So, Arav celebrated Diwali just now by doing this. Yeah, this is the most distracting part of AI. If you have an Apple device, they will just look at each and every movement of yours and keep on disturbing you. Arav, don't play with it. Math is math class. Advik, don't do that either. Okay. So what I'm saying is, this formula doesn't or did not come from nowhere. It came because of a reason, and we just now saw how it came into existence. Yeah? Now, if you want to play with it, let's play with it. If I say, I have $500 and I want to keep it in a bank. One bank says I will give you 3% compound interest. Other bank says I'll give you 4% compound interest. Okay? Let's say this is Bank of America and this is, let's say, Citibank. Okay? If I keep my money for 2 years, I want to keep my money for 2 years. Hold it, Arav, don't rush. Let me finish the question. Then only you should try solving it, okay? I have $500. I'm trying to decide where to keep my money. Bank of America says that I'll give you 3% compound interest. Citibank says I'll give you 4% compound interest. If I keep my money for 2 years in either of the bank, I clearly see Citibank is giving me 4% rate of interest. Okay. How much money I will lose if I put my money in Bank of America? So hear my question one more time. I'm saying I have $500. I want to keep it in a bank. Bank of America gives me 3% rate of interest, 3% compound interest, and Citibank is offering me 4% compound interest. If I keep my money in Bank of America for 2 years, instead of keeping in Citibank, how much money I'm going to lose? So basically, if I can give you guys a little bit more clue, what I'm saying is, how much would be my net worth if I go for Bank of America as my first option, versus how much would be my net worth if I go for Citibank as an option, and what is the difference between these two? Okay, after 2 years. Yeah, Gitesh.
Can you write the formula down on the board?
See, this formula is simple. Amount will be equal to principal multiplied by 1 plus R by 100 to the power T. R is your rate of interest, T is your number of years, P is your principal amount, which is 500 here. Yep. Yeah.
So are both of them for 2 years of time?
Yeah, correct. So see, you are making a decision, right? I'm saying that if you are keeping your money for 2 years in Citibank versus Bank of America, since you can clearly see that Citibank is offering higher rate of interest, you have to just figure out how much money you would lose if you are putting your money in Bank of America. Hello Garima, welcome back. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
So Garima, you were in India. We were kind of trying to. We just learned the concepts of how to calculate the compound interest. I think you joined a little late. You might have missed some of the things. So. Probably after the class you can watch the video of the class, okay, and then after everybody is done solving this problem, I'm anyways going to solve this in front of you guys, so you can just follow me. I'll try to keep it simple so that you can, even if you have not dealt with this concept before, you'll be able to use it, at least you'll be able to understand, and then once I give the assignment, then you can give it a shot. Yeah. Yes, Gitesh.
Next to the P in the parentheses, what does that say? Because I don't see.
T, it's a T.
No. E, like.
P times 1 plus R by 100 to the power T.
E times.
So P is outside the bracket. Inside that you have 1 plus R by 100 and then you have a power T.
I couldn't see the 1.
Okay. Now, are you able to see it? Now are you able to use the formula?
Yes.
Okay. Moira, are you trying? Yes, Dikshita.
And for the Bank of America, I got 530.45, and for the Citibank, I got 540.80.
540.80. Okay, so basically, my question was how much money you will lose if you go for Bank of America instead of Citibank. So you have to find out the difference between the two and tell me how much is the difference. Yeah, I mean you have to just subtract. You already got the answers. You can subtract and tell me the difference. Yeah. Yes, Sanvita.
I got the same answers, and for the difference, I got $10.35.
Yeah. So Citibank is better. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Dikshita.
I got 10.35.
Okay. So you never said 10.35. You said 10.35 because after the decimal, it is never a number, right? So you always say 10.35. Okay. Arav, your thumbs are doing magic. Put it down. You are keeping your thumbs like this, and it's making me feel there's something going on. Yep. Bhuvan, any luck with the answer?
Yeah, I got the answer.
How much it is? 10.35. See, I mean, I was telling Dikshita while everybody else is solving it, right? You said 10.35. What happens is, after the decimal, it could go wrong. So if this is this also will look like 10.35, right? Because this is 35. So the place value after the decimal gives a different meaning or interpretation altogether. That's why I was just asking to be a little cautious there. But yeah, your answer is, I mean, I would not say whether your answer is right or not because I've not solved it myself. But yeah, I mean, for now I would assume your answer is right because 3 people have got the same answer. I'm assuming not everybody will go wrong together. Yeah, Rav.
So for the formula, I didn't understand the 1 plus rate by 100. I didn't understand that.
What is there to understand? R is your rate of interest, P is your principal amount, T is the number of years.
So then what's the 1 point then?
What 1 point? This is 1. 1 is number 1. If I say 2 plus 3, what is the value of 2? If you ask me, I will fall asleep. Okay? 2 is 2. 2 will never change. Likewise, 1 is 1. It will never change. Yeah? It's super cold in the classroom. I have to keep on rubbing my hand to stay warm. Yep.
I got 10.43.
10.43. Now that is called unity in diversity. I got 2 answers by now. Okay, let's see. I mean, good that Advik did not say I got the same answer. At least he did something. Be it right or wrong, at least he has made the attempt. We'll see which one is right, which one is not. But yeah, in a way, it gives an opportunity to everybody else to review their answers, okay? You never know. 3 people might have got the same answer by making the same mistake. Or it could be Advik who has done something different. So get into the habit of reviewing your thing because we always end up saving some time by doing things faster. But once you finish something, always give yourself a few more seconds to review it, okay? So while we are waiting for everybody else to finish, I will request Dikshita, Sanvita, Advik and Bhuvan to review their, what you have done and see if there is something that needs your attention. Yarav. Yes, Bhuvan.
Sir, I got disconnected. Can you read the question one more time?
So the question is, I got $500 in my pocket. I wanted to keep that in a bank. I went to Bank of America, which said that I'll give you 3% compound interest. I went to Citibank, they said I'll give you 4% compound interest. I wanted to keep this money for 2 years in either of the banks. As I can clearly see, Bank of America is giving lesser rate of interest and Citibank is giving higher rate of interest. So I'm trying to figure out how much money I would lose if I still go with Bank of America. Meaning, what's the difference between the two? If I keep my money for 2 years, how much money I will end up losing if I go with Bank of America? Yep. Alright. So, we have 22 more minutes. I'll probably give you guys 2 more minutes to let you all finish who is still working on it, and then I will try solving it myself. Okay? Then you guys can review it and see whose answer is closer to being right. I'll just be back in a minute. Okay, so let us try solving it, or let me try solving it. Garima, I would request you to pay attention to what I do, because you might have missed some of the things that we did in the beginning. So here's the question, and my most boring method, right? Try. Read, analyze, and then Nike. So I'm reading the question, okay? The question says, somebody has got $500 and is wanting to keep the money in the bank for 2 years. Maybe that person is not having any immediate need for using that money for next 2 years. Yep. Okay, I see Sanvita has raised hand, Dikshita has raised hand, Thanu has raised hand, Gitesh has raised hand. Okay? Yeah.
Videos of.
And what is that?
Your videos of.
Okay, thank you. Can you guys see it? See me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, alright. So, there are kids who were there in the class before. They are peeping through the window to see if they can join the class. Is it? Vivan? Alright. Okay, alright. Let's come back to the class. So the question is, somebody had $500 and is wanting to keep that money in the bank for 2 years. Maybe that person doesn't have a need for using that money for next 2 years. Okay, this is a surplus. He or she goes to the bank. Bank of America says, I'll give you 3% rate of interest, 3% compound interest, and Citibank says, I'll give you 4% compound interest. So for keeping the money for 2 years in either of the bank, he or she is trying to find out how much will I lose if I put my money in Bank of America. Somebody like me, I have my account with Bank of America. So even if Citibank says I'll give you more money, for me it's a hassle, right? Why to open a new account? I'm just trying to figure out. Let me continue with Bank of America where I have my account, and how much I'm going to lose by not putting it in Citibank. That's the question. So as part of my analysis, I know that okay, this is giving more interest, this will make me more money, this will make me less money. How much is the difference? So do I know how to calculate compound interest? Yes, I do. And this is my formula, which says my net amount after certain years will be equal to P times 1 plus R by 100 to the power T, where T is my principal amount, which is 500. R is the rate of interest, which could be 3% or 4% depending on where I am keeping my money, and T is the number of years. Now I'll give it a name. My amount for Bank of America, I'm putting 8AB, okay, is what? This one. So P is my same, my money is same, 500 multiplied by 1 plus R. For Bank of America it is 3%. So 3 by 100 square. So let's see how much is the value of this. So it's 500 multiplied by 1 plus 3 by 100. And you all know how to add fractions. So it becomes 100 plus 3 to the power 2. So I'm just doing the calculation inside this one. So it becomes 500 multiplied by 103 by 100 square, which is nothing but 500 multiplied by 103 multiplied by 103 divided by 100 into 100. So this becomes 200, this is gone, and this becomes 20. So it is 103 into 103 divided by 20. Let's look at this. 103 into 103 is 3 3s are 9, 3 0 0 0 3 0 1. It becomes 90601 10609. This is the value. Divided by 20, which is 25 is 100, 6, 23 is 60, 0, 4, 5. Okay? Yeah. So Bank of America gives me total value as, my total value in the Bank of America becomes 530.45 after 2 years. If I made any calculation mistake, that would be the only reason, but anyways, we'll see that. Now, if I go with Citibank, how much money it becomes after 2 years? I'll call AC, and that is, my principal amount is the same, 500 multiplied by 1 plus 4 by 100. My rate of interest is 4% and to the power 2. So this becomes 500 multiplied by, this becomes 100 and 100 plus 4 to the power 2. So this becomes 500 times 104 by 100 square. So that is 500 times 104 into 104 by 100 into 100. So this gone 520 is 100, 4 5 are 20, 26 4 is 104. So it's 104 into 26, that is 6 4 are 24, 6 1 are 6, 2 4 are 8, 0 2 4 10 7 2. So this becomes 2704 divided by 5. So 5 5 are 25, 2 5 4 are 20, 0 5 8. So this total value is, in the Citibank it becomes 540.80. So if I keep my money in Bank of America for 2 years, my $500 becomes 530.45, and in Citibank it becomes 540.80. Yeah, somebody raised hand. Yes, Advik.
You're not 60 instead of 80.
What is that? This is 80. Okay. So that the money that I'm going to lose is this minus this. So that you can see it is 540.80 minus 530.45. So 5301. That's it. 10.35. I think I heard 10.35 from most of you. So you all did it right, and supposedly I also did it okay. Yep, Yadvik.
8 minus 3 is 4, not 3.
8 minus 4 is?
4, not 3.
No, but from where did you subtract 5? Yep. Got it? So it's not 8 minus 4, it's 80 minus 45, that is 35. Yep. See, Adil was trying to prove me wrong. I had a narrow escape. Yep. Alright. So, but you guys got it, right? Compound interest, when you talk about compound interest, there's nothing complicated about it. It's just that two things you have to remember. One is, it is building on the top of the interest that you have earned. In case of simple interest, the interest that you earn year on year, that gets discounted. That is not used for calculating the interest that you earn next year. Okay? But in case of compound interest, after every year is concluded, they calculate your net worth based on your earlier money plus the interest earned, and that becomes your new amount. And that is used for calculating your interest for the next year. Subsequently, the previous year's total money, meaning your principal amount plus interest, is put together as one bucket, and that becomes a new value for calculating the interest in the following year. Okay? So that's the main difference conceptually. And then we learn this formula, which is amount equals P times 1 plus R by 100 to the power T, or N, whatever you call it. Where P is your principal amount, your initial money that you took to the bank, R is your rate of interest per year, and T is the number of years that you want to keep your money in the bank for. Yeah? Is everybody clear with what we have done so far? And on the top of that, we also learned tit for tat. Where is the balloon? Yeah. See, I will start taking revenge from you guys if you keep doing it. Okay. I have the way to retaliate. So, anyways, coming back to the math class. Okay. So we learned how what is the underlying principle of a compound interest, how it is derived, and then we also learned how the formula came into existence simply by applying the concept. We learned how the formula is derived. You guys don't have to derive the formula most likely till you guys go to college, but then it comes very handy if you know how the things are arrived at, right? Otherwise, you guys don't really need me as a teacher. You can search up a formula for compound interest on ChatGPT or any crappy thing that you are aware of, and it'll give you the formula, apply the formula, done. You don't need a teacher, right? My job is to make you understand how that is done conceptually, how do you relate things, and then how do you apply that for solving the problems, okay? So that is why I'm still relevant, unless ChatGPT becomes smarter than me. Alright? So that being said, I will let you guys go, enjoy the rest of the evening. I don't want to pick up a new concept now because we have hardly 10 more minutes left. Enjoy the rest of the evening, get geared up for your classes to start soon. Enjoy the rest of the time with family, friends, and then we'll see you guys next week, Saturday. This is my revenge. Have fun.
Bye, sir.
Bye-bye. Take
Bye.
care. Bye-bye.